Drink coffee every single day for your health. Coffee slows down cellular aging. If you want to actually be in the moment and not speed up your aging, it turns out that coffee can actually do that. There is a bioactive in coffee beans called chlorogenic acid, and this has been studied in human subjects drinking coffee. 1 to 3 cups a day of drinking coffee has been shown to slow down the burn rate of your telomeres. These are the caps at the end of your DNA that burn down like a fuse that reflect how fast you're actually aging. It's kind of the clock the timer that gets started from the time you're born, and the older you are, the fuse starts to shrink. Drinking coffee slows that process down. And all you got to do to get that effect is to drink anywhere from 1 to 3 cups of coffee a day. I easily meet that level myself.
Meet Dr. William Li, a world-renowned Harvard-trained medical doctor, researcher, and president and founder of the Angiogenesis Foundation. His work has led to more than 40 FDA-approved therapeutics and devices for cancer, cardiovascular disease, wound healing, and vision loss. He is also a New York Times best-selling author of Eat to Beat Disease, the new science of how your body can heal itself, and Eat to Beat Diet, burn fat, heal your metabolism, and live longer. Disclaimer: the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Do not disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have read or seen in this video. Cancer is often regarded as the most feared disease due to its widespread impact, unpredictable nature, and the emotional toll it takes on individuals and their loved ones. Despite advancements in medical science, cancer remains a leading cause of death worldwide, instilling fear because of its potential to strike anyone at any time. However, emerging research continues to highlight the significant role diet plays in either contributing to or preventing cancer. By adopting a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole foods while avoiding processed and carcinogenic substances, individuals can greatly reduce their risk of developing cancer and improve their overall health. Dr. William Li advocates for the Paleo diet to kill cancer and burn fat because it focuses on whole, nutrient-rich foods that reduce inflammation and support the body's natural defenses. By avoiding processed foods, sugars, and grains, the Paleo diet helps regulate blood sugar, promotes fat burning, and lowers the risk of cancer. Now let's dive into the 4 powerful paleo foods Dr. Li recommends for boosting your health and achieving these benefits. 1. Chicken.
You know, I stay away from red meat. Sometimes I'll have a little chicken. If I have chicken, I'll actually have the dark meat, because the dark meat, which is usually from thigh, will normally contain more vitamin K2.
Dr. Li recommends chicken as a healthy meat choice because it's a great source of lean protein, which helps build muscle, boosts metabolism, and keeps your body functioning well. While many people think chicken breast is the healthiest part due to its lower fat content, Dr. Li highlights that dark meat, like thighs and drumsticks, offers unique health benefits. Dark meat contains a special vitamin called K2, which isn't found in many foods. This vitamin is important because it helps prevent the growth of blood vessels that can feed cancer cells. Research from Hiroshima University in Japan found that vitamin K2 can significantly slow down the growth of colon cancer cells by preventing these blood vessels from forming. Additionally, a study from the University of Illinois showed that K2 could also slow down the growth of prostate cancer. Vitamin K2 is also excellent for heart health. Studies have found that people who eat more K2-rich foods have a 57% lower risk of dying from heart disease and a 52% lower risk of severe hardening of the arteries, which can lead to heart attacks. This is because K2 helps stop cholesterol from building up in your arteries. What about chicken breast? According to a study conducted as part of the NIH AARP Diet and Health Study, researchers explored the relationship between eating poultry, like chicken and fish, and the risk of developing cancer. This extensive study involved over 492,000 participants aged between 50 and 71 years from 6 states and 2 metropolitan areas in the U.S. To gather information about their diets, participants filled out a questionnaire detailing their usual food intake over the past year, including how often they consumed different types of poultry and fish. The researchers followed these participants for an average of about 9.1 years, during which they identified over 74,000 new cancer cases. the findings revealed that eating more poultry and fish was linked to a lower risk of several types of cancers, especially those affecting the digestive and respiratory systems. Notably, the study found that higher consumption of chicken was associated with a reduced risk of cancers, such as esophageal squamous cell carcinoma, liver cancer, and lung cancer. This suggests that including more chicken and other poultry in one's diet may help lower the chances of developing these cancers. The benefits were particularly significant when poultry and fish were consumed instead of red meat, which is known to be associated with a higher cancer risk. The researchers discussed several reasons why eating chicken and fish might be beneficial. For one, poultry and fish generally contain less saturated fat and heme iron compared to red meat. These components can contribute to oxidative stress and DNA damage, which are factors that can lead to cancer. Additionally, consuming white meat like chicken likely results in lower exposure to harmful compounds called N-nitroso compounds, NOCs, which are more common in red and processed meats due to their higher heme iron content. Overall, the study supports dietary recommendations from organizations like the American Cancer Society, which advise people to limit their intake of red and processed meats while encouraging the consumption of poultry and fish as healthier options. 2. Celery.
Check this out. This is exactly what I talk about in my book, Eat to Beat Disease, Chinese celery. Now, there is actually a compound in Chinese celery that stimulates stem cells that's so powerful that in China they've actually approved this compound to treat stroke because it actually helps to regenerate the brain and create better blood flow.
Dr. Li recommends celery because it's a powerful vegetable with numerous health benefits, particularly in fighting inflammation and supporting cancer prevention. Celery is rich in antioxidants, which help protect your cells from damage caused by harmful molecules called free radicals. This protection is crucial in reducing the risk of chronic diseases, including cancer. One of the key components in celery is a compound called apigenin. Apigenin has been shown in studies to have anti-cancer properties by helping to prevent the growth of cancer cells and even triggering cancer cell death in some cases. It also has anti-inflammatory effects, which can reduce the chronic inflammation that often leads to various diseases, including cancer. According to a review in the Journal of Cancer Prevention, celery is recognized as a natural source of apigenin, a flavonoid that may offer health benefits in the fight against cancer. The study looked at how apigenin affects cancer cells, particularly in colon cancer cell lines like HT29. It found that apigenin can trigger a process called apoptosis, which is a form of programmed cell death that helps eliminate cancer cells. Additionally, apigenin activates autophagy, a process where cells digest their own damaged components, which can also prevent the growth of tumors. Additionally, celery is low in calories but high in water and fiber, making it an excellent food for weight management. It helps you feel full without adding extra calories, which is beneficial for burning fat and maintaining a healthy weight. If you found value in this video so far and appreciate the many hours of effort that went into creating it, please consider liking the video and leaving a comment to support the channel. 3. Pears.
I am actually here with a really simple fruit, one of my favorites. This is a pear, and it's actually a winter fruit. It's not the winter right now, but you can buy pears almost any time of the year. And the reason pears are so great are the fact that they've got chlorogenic acid, which is a bioactive, also found in apples, that can actually activate your metabolism and help you burn down harmful body fat. And chlorogenic acid is also anti-angiogenic, meaning it actually stops blood vessels from growing to tumors. Pretty cool. One of the things that I love about pears is that it's got a lot of dietary fiber. So an average pear has got about 5 or 6 grams of dietary fiber per pear, and a study from MD Anderson showed that just having that amount of dietary fiber can lower the risk of tumor progression or death by about 30% in one study where they looked at people with melanoma on immunotherapy. And so here is actually a food that can actually make medical treatments work better.
Dr. Li recommends pears as a powerful and healthy fruit that offers numerous benefits, especially for heart health, weight management, and cancer prevention. Pears are rich in fiber, which is excellent for digestion and helps you feel full longer, making it easier to manage your weight. A medium-sized pear has about 6 grams of fiber, which also helps keep your blood sugar levels steady. Pears are also loaded with antioxidants, natural substances that protect your cells from damage and reduce the risk of diseases like cancer. One important antioxidant in pears is chlorogenic acid, which has anti-inflammatory properties and can help prevent cancer. According to a study published in 2020 in the journal Molecules, researchers explored the health benefits of pear fruits, particularly their potential to help fight cancer. The study focused on 5 different types of pears to analyze their content of beneficial compounds and their effects on health. They used advanced techniques to measure various substances in the pears, including polyphenols, carotenoids, and other nutrients known for their antioxidant properties. The researchers also tested how these pear extracts could reduce inflammation and inhibit the growth of cancer cells. The study found that pears are packed with polyphenolic compounds, which are strong antioxidants that help protect our bodies. It also discovered that different types of pears have varying amounts of these beneficial compounds. Among the varieties tested, the Radana and Conference pears were especially effective at slowing down the growth of cancer cells, particularly those related to bladder cancer. They were able to do this at a very low concentration. The researchers discussed how the effectiveness of pear extracts in fighting cancer is likely linked to the types and amounts of polyphenols they contain. They highlighted that eating more fruits and vegetables, especially those high in these beneficial compounds like pears, could play a role in preventing cancer. The study pointed out that certain compounds found in pears, such as quercetin and catechins, have been shown in other research to have strong anti-cancer effects. Overall, the study concluded that despite differences in the nutrient content among pear varieties, consuming European pears can offer significant health benefits. When it comes to heart health, pears are a great choice. The fiber in pears can help lower cholesterol levels, and the potassium in pears helps regulate blood pressure, which can reduce the risk of heart disease. In addition to these benefits, pears can also help shrink your waistline. A study conducted at Florida State University involved 40 men and women aged 45 to 65 who had metabolic syndrome, a condition that includes high blood pressure, high blood sugar, high cholesterol, and excess body fat. Half of the participants ate 2 pears a day for 12 weeks, while the other half drank a calorie-matched placebo drink. The results showed that those who ate pears saw a 2-inch reduction in their waist size, an 8-point drop in their systolic blood pressure, the top number in a blood pressure reading, and lost 1.32 pounds. Meanwhile, the placebo group gained a little over half a pound. The study also found that eating pears lowered blood levels of leptin, a hormone linked to fat storage and appetite control. There are over 3,000 types of pears, but the most common ones you'll find in stores are Anjou, Bartlett, Bosc, Camas, and Seckel. Fall and winter are the best times to find ripe pears. To pick a ripe pear, gently press the flesh near the stem. If it gives slightly, the pear is ready to eat. Dr. Lee suggests incorporating pears into your diet in various ways, such as eating them fresh, adding slices to salads, including them in meals, or enjoying them as a healthy dessert. Pears are not only delicious but also packed with nutrients that support your overall health, help manage your weight, and protect against diseases like cancer. 4. Coffee.
Coffee actually protects stem cells in your body. Now, our stem cells live in our bone marrow and they come out into our bloodstream to repair us from the inside out. Happens all the time. But as we get older, our stem cells are a little bit less vigorous than when we're younger. And a lot of things can affect this, including oxidative stress from the environment and just simply aging. And so one of the things that coffee does is it protects, acts as a shield to our stem cells so they can actually keep on working as robustly and vibrantly as possible, regenerating us from the inside out.
Dr. Lee recommends coffee not just for its energy-boosting effects, but also for its many health benefits, including cancer prevention, heart health, and even slowing down aging. Coffee is packed with natural compounds called polyphenols, which can trigger positive changes in your DNA. One important benefit of coffee is that it can activate a gene called RARB2, which acts as a tumor suppressor. This means it helps prevent the growth of cancer cells. In studies by scientists at the University of South Carolina, human breast cancer cells were exposed to 2 compounds found in coffee, chlorogenic acid and caffeic acid. These compounds were able to turn on the tumor-suppressing genes in the cancer cells, effectively stopping the cancer from growing. According to a review published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences in 2023, the authors reviewed numerous studies that looked at how coffee affects cancer risk, focusing on types such as colon, rectal, breast, and endometrial cancers. They found that higher coffee consumption is generally associated with lower rates of these cancers. The study also explored the complex ways in which coffee might help prevent or treat cancer. Coffee contains over 1,000 different compounds, some of which may help protect against cancer or even assist in treatment. The authors pointed out that certain pathways in the body, regulated by a protein called NRF2, may help combat oxidative stress and could lead to the death of cancerous cells. Additionally, the review highlighted that patients who drank at least 4 cups of coffee a day had better survival rates from cancer, suggesting that coffee might have therapeutic benefits when used alongside traditional cancer treatments. Coffee also has benefits that can help you live longer. In a large study involving over 521,000 men and women, researchers found that drinking both regular and decaffeinated coffee was linked to a lower risk of dying from any cause. Specifically, men who drank coffee had a 12% lower risk of death, while women had a 7% lower risk. The biggest reduction in death rates was seen in people who were less likely to die from digestive diseases, which makes sense since coffee directly affects the gut where these diseases can start.
Coffee improves our metabolism. Coffee contains something called chlorogenic acid, and chlorogenic acid activates our metabolism. And the way it does it is by stimulating the production of brown fat. And we've got different kinds of fat in our body. There's white fat that's wiggly and jiggly, and brown fat that's wafer thin. And one of the things that brown fat can do is get turned on like a space heater. And when it turns on like a space heater, it's a process called thermogenesis. And coffee turns on thermogenesis. And you know why thermogenesis in brown fat is useful? Because the brown fat will be triggered and it'll burn down the harmful white fat, the visceral fat. So good fat fights bad fat, and coffee actually makes that happen. So you actually get more energy and it increases your metabolism. The other thing it does is actually helps you lose body fat, and you can actually lose weight that way. And studies have been done to show that drinking up to 4 cups of coffee a day can actually help you lose body fat. In fact, up to about 8 pounds of body fat over about 6 months or so. Not a huge amount by itself, but every little bit counts, especially when it's actually burning away your harmful white fat.
Although caffeine is often associated with coffee's benefits, it may not be the main reason for these health effects. Surprisingly, some lab studies have found that caffeine alone might actually shorten telomeres, which are the protective caps at the ends of your DNA and are related to aging. However, coffee as a whole does the opposite. In a study called the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, researchers found that people who drank more coffee had longer telomeres, meaning they might age more slowly. For each cup of coffee consumed daily, the telomeres were about 33.8 base pairs longer, suggesting that drinking coffee every day can help slow down the aging process.
So chlorogenic acid in coffee is very anti-inflammatory. We know that inflammation is the root cause for a lot of the diseases of aging. And so coffee, enjoy your cup of joe, actually helps you enjoy the rest of your days longer and better.
Another large study, known as the Nurses' Health Study, found similar results. Women who drank 3 or more cups of coffee a day had longer telomeres compared to those who did not drink coffee. Coffee is also great for your heart. In the past, people worried that coffee might increase the risk of heart disease because caffeine can speed up your heart rate. But when researchers looked at the results of several studies, they found that the opposite was true. A meta-analysis conducted by researchers at the University of York in the United Kingdom found that people who drank 1 to 2 cups of coffee a day had a 21% lower risk of dying from a heart attack, while those who drank 2 or more cups a day had a 31% lower risk. This suggests that the many natural compounds in coffee work together to protect your heart. Coffee is also helpful for managing weight. The chlorogenic acid in coffee has strong anti-obesity effects. It helps convert fat cells into brown fat, a type of fat that burns calories to produce heat, and it boosts metabolism through a process called thermogenesis, which helps your body burn more calories. A study involving 504 men and women in Indonesia found that drinking coffee was linked to lower body fat, even when the caffeine was removed. This shows the power of chlorogenic acid and other compounds in coffee. Further research from Harvard University, in collaboration with scientists in Singapore and Switzerland, studied the effects of coffee on metabolism. In a 6-month study with 26 overweight adults who had insulin resistance, those who drank 4 cups of coffee daily lost an average of 4.6 pounds of body fat, while those who consumed a placebo drink actually gained 4.4 pounds of fat. Additionally, despite what some may believe, Drinking coffee does not dehydrate you any more than drinking water, according to a study by the University of Birmingham in England. So, you can enjoy your coffee without worrying about getting dehydrated.